It's hard to narrow down my favorite moment from this season because I've had so many, but I would say experiencing all of the students first, like their first time building a fire, their first time playing in the snow, their first time experiencing any sort of wildlife, whether it be a moose, a deer, or a rabbit.
My favorite memory from Calwood in 2023 was definitely we always see wildlife, deer, turkeys, elk, but one day we were walking on the trail with a group of kids and we just looked down and just saw these couple of bucks just sparring, just knocking their antlers together. We were all super quiet, could hear it. It was probably one of the most amazing things ever.
So I was teaching a group from Aurora, and it was a lot of kids who was their first time away from home, first time in the mountains, and we got hit with a huge snowstorm. I mean, it white out, tons of snow, and the kids were struggling. It was cold, it was wet, so I was trying to be encouraging and look at wow, it's beautiful, we're in the snow. And one of the kids kind of paused and he looked out and he was like, I grew up in the city, I always see the mountains being covered in snow, but I've never been in the mountains while it's snowing. This is such a cool experience. And that was just really neat, just seeing him embrace the beauty and the uniqueness of it.
So I was working with this school, Global Intermediate. They had a mixed group of 6th and 8th graders because the 8th graders hadn't been able to come to Calwood because of COVID. And I had this one 8th grader in my group who he disclosed to me that he was the breadwinner for his family. He was making the most money about anyone in his family, and he rode the bus every day to work. He had paid for the Calwood fees himself, but he rode the bus every day to work, and he decided after Calwood his goal was on that bus ride. He passes the park, and he wanted to stop at the park every day on his way to work so that he could have some time in nature, because up until this point he hadn't realized that nature was so powerful to him.